This is Tyler with Division One Trading coming at you with another US30 trade review. This one's pretty cool. We had to scalp this one up. It was a really volatile day, lots of consolidation this week. Good trade. So let's get into it. Started recording just a little bit late, but you could see we entered as that candle was engulfing. This is a 5-minute chart. And then we put our stop down at the low of the day. And that yellow line was a gap that we're looking at. So at the very top, that black line is the previous daily high. And now you can see that dotted line is where we took out the current daily high. So we went up to that 3-to-1, which means we need to take partials and move our stop to break even. So that's a win for that trade. And we're just trying to swing that partial to 5-to-1 or 8-to-1. And so this is always tricky, the tricky part in price when it's rallying, and you generally expect it to retrace, right? So if we're long, you expect it to come back to that 1-to-1 most of the time. But what you don't want to see is a breakdown in structure. So right here, you can see when price trades down, it really breaks the structure down, and we're sitting back at that 1-to-1. And so we look at the other indices, and they're really just dumping, about to take out the low of the day. So we figure that shorts are the better setup. We lower our leverage just a bit because you really don't want to go long and then short immediately. And this trade was also just a little bit too tight on the stop. It went into profit just a little bit, but then came right back and took us out. And so when you're in these situations, there it goes. So when you're in these situations where it's just sitting and you want to make a decision, right? We were looking at that first gap, but now we realize, okay, we've been stopped out. We'd still like to be short because we know that that's likely the direction of the day. But the way that we want to get there, we look for the gap. We have to find some kind of price action. So right there, we show some form of rejection, and then we get short. When we get short, we want our stop to be right in that gap or right above that gap. So you can see where it tapped it there and then turned around. And so immediately went into that 1-to-1. We've got our stop there at the gap. And the goal is to get down to that 3-to-1, just under that yellow line where it overlaps with that 5-minute or 1-minute gap now. And so we're just checking out the higher time frame. We put a daily gap down there, and that would get us a possible 8-to-1. This trade ended up going all the way for the 8-to-1. As far as the high of the day, our stop ended up getting hit after it went to 3-to-1, so we weren't able to catch the full 8-to-1. But same as the other trade, right? As we pull down, we're likely to pull back into that 1-to-1. So right here, US30 trades down, and now it's pulling back up. See, it went to that 2-to-1, now it's pulling back up into that 1-to-1. And so moving our stop to the 50 is okay when we move to 2-to-1. But while we're sitting at 1-to-1, we really don't want to move the stop at all. You can see I move it back here just a little bit. Not quite where it was, just a little bit under. I don't want to take a full stop if I've already seen at least 2-to-1 of profit. So then it starts sinking back down. Trades pretty quick. Down toward that 3-to-1. Yep, there it goes. Boom. So once we hit that 3-to-1, same thing. We want to take some partials, move stops to break even. But all right, guys, appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, would appreciate it if you'd leave a like and a subscribe for more. Y'all have a great